On a packed flight from Chicago to London, security forcibly removed Dr. Amara Ellis, a black woman, after a baseless accusation, unaware she was a billionaire investor whose decision to withdraw $4 billion in funding would send shockwaves through the airline's future. Dr. Amara Ellis, 45, was a titan in the world of finance. A Chicago native, she earned her PhD in economics from Princeton and founded Ellis Capital, a venture firm managing $10 billion in assets by 2025. Her investments fueled tech startups, green energy projects, and, notably, aviation infrastructure. Amara's reputation was built on her razor-sharp instincts and a commitment to equity, often championing underrepresented entrepreneurs. Despite her wealth, she remained grounded, traveling coach to stay connected to everyday experiences, her unassuming style masking her immense influence. On June 10, 2025, Amara boarded Transglobal Airways Flight 247 at O'Hare International Airport, bound for London to meet with European investors. She carried a simple carry-on, dressed in a gray sweater and slacks, blending in with the other passengers. Transglobal, a major carrier, was part of her investment portfolio through a $4 billion fund. Ellis Capital had committed to modernize the airline's fleet and expand its routes. Amara's firm held significant leverage, with her team actively advising Transglobal's board on sustainability and efficiency. The trouble began before takeoff. Amara settled into her economy seat, reviewing notes for her meetings. A white passenger, Karen Mitchell, 52, seated nearby, complained to a flight attendant about Amara's bag, claiming it was blocking the aisle, despite being stowed properly. The attendant, a young woman named Emily, checked and found no issue but promised to monitor. Karen, unsatisfied, escalated her complaint, alleging Amara was acting suspicious and mumbling to herself. Amara, focused on her work, was unaware, her earbuds in as she typed. Emily returned with a supervisor, who asked Amara to confirm her bag's placement. Amara complied calmly, showing her bag was under the seat. The supervisor nodded and left, but Karen persisted, now claiming Amara had threatened her during boarding, a baseless accusation. Amara, overhearing, removed her earbuds and addressed the supervisor. "I haven't spoken to anyone since I boarded. Can we resolve this quickly?" Her tone was polite but firm, honed from years of navigating high-stakes negotiations. Karen's voice grew louder, drawing attention. "She's lying. I don't feel safe with her here." Other passengers glanced over, some whispering. The supervisor, under pressure, called for security, a decision that stunned Amara. 2 security officers, both male, approached, asking her to step off the plane for further questioning. Amara, sensing the absurdity, requested clarification. "What exactly am I being accused of?" she asked, her voice steady. The officers, citing passenger safety, insisted she comply. Amara gathered her belongings, her face composed but her mind racing. As she was escorted down the jetway, passengers watched, some recording on their phones, others murmuring about disruptive behavior. Karen sat back, satisfied, while Emily avoided eye contact. At the gate, Amara faced a Transglobal manager who repeated the vague claim of a safety concern. Amara, now certain this was rooted in bias, demanded documentation. "I need the specific complaint in writing," she said. The manager hesitated, promising a follow-up but offering no details. Amara was not allowed back on the flight. Stranded at O'Hare, she contacted her assistant to arrange a private jet while calling her legal team. She also reached out to Transglobal's CEO, Richard Holt, whom she'd met during investment talks. Holt, unaware of the incident, promised to investigate. Amara, however, wasn't waiting for apologies. She'd faced enough subtle and overt discrimination to recognize the pattern: Karen's accusations, the crew's quick escalation, and security's compliance all pointed to racial bias, conscious or not. By the time Amara landed in London on her private jet, she'd made a decision. She convened an emergency meeting with Ellis Capital's board via video call, outlining the incident and its implications. "Transglobal's failure isn't just one employee, it's systemic," she said. "We can't fund a company that allows this." Her team agreed, and within hours, Ellis Capital began the process of withdrawing its $4 billion commitment, a move that would cripple TransGlobal's expansion plans. The news broke the next day. A passenger's video of Amara's removal went viral on social media, with hashtags like #TransGlobalBias trending. The clip showed Amara's calm demeanor contrasted with Karen's agitated complaints, sparking outrage. Commentators noted the lack of evidence against Amara, with many calling out the airline's rush to judgment. TransGlobal issued a statement claiming the incident was under review and emphasizing their commitment to inclusion. But the damage was done. Amara's team leaked no details about her identity, letting the public focus on the injustice. When reporters discovered she was Dr. Amara Ellis, the billionaire behind Ellis Capital, the story exploded. Headlines read, "Billionaire investor pulled off flight, pulls $4 billion from Airline." Industry analysts predicted TransGlobal's stock would plummet, and it did, down 15% in a week. Investors panicked, and Holt called Amara personally, offering apologies and compensation. Amara listened, but was unmoved. "You had a chance to do right before this became public," she said. "My firm doesn't invest in companies that disrespect their passengers." Karen Mitchell faced intense scrutiny. Social media users identified her, and her employer, a small marketing firm, distanced itself after public backlash. She issued a vague apology online claiming she felt unsafe but offering no evidence. TransGlobal suspended Emily and the supervisor, launching an internal review. The security officers were reassigned, pending training. But Amara's focus was on accountability, not punishment. She directed her team to redirect the $4 billion to sustainable aviation startups, prioritizing minority-led firms. At the London summit, Amara spoke briefly about the incident, framing it as a call to action. "This isn't about one flight. It's about systems that fail to protect dignity," she said. Her speech earned a standing ovation, and new investors approached, eager to back her vision. Ellis Capital's pivot paid off, with two startups securing $500 million each within months. TransGlobal, meanwhile, scrambled to replace the lost funding, facing delays in its fleet upgrades. Amara didn't dwell on the drama. She returned to Chicago, where she mentored young Black entrepreneurs, sharing her story as a lesson in resilience. Her firm's portfolio grew stronger, and her reputation as a principled leader solidified. The airline incident became a case study in corporate accountability, taught in business schools by 2026. For Amara, it was a reminder of her power, not just to build wealth, but to demand respect, reshaping an industry one bold move at a time.